sống ở thị trấn nhỏ của Sam có những chuyển biến mới.
However, it entered a period of civil war fueled by the Vietnam War. The genocide perpetrated by the Khmer Rouge, led by Pol Pot, claimed the lives of around 1 in 4 of the nation's population. Ratana spent his childhood during that period when many landmines were being buried.
I come from the small business families. I have 8-member brother and sister, and I am in the middle. But during the war, they keep moving their place. My family moved by walking around 100 kilometers. I remember during the walk, I have no shoe. Therefore, my feet burn because walking during the dry season is too hot.
In an effort to create a world of economic self-sufficiency, the Khmer Rouge forced the urban population to move to rural areas. Moreover, they deliberately broke up families to increase their sense of belonging to the Khmer Rouge.
I don't know where is my brother, my sister, where they work. I didn't know that. We have no families. Basically, from big family to have no families. So in my mind, I always want to help my people and my country.
When the 20-year-long civil war finally ended,
he will be looking for support from the opposition for measures such as continued support for Ukraine, protection of the Constitutional Court. There are fears here that with the rise of the far-right and far-left parties, if they hold 30% of the seats in the next Bundestag, that's the German parliament, they could have a veto over appointments to the Constitutional Court. Now, this is the sort of political power that the right-wing parties in Poland and Hungary have employed in recent years to have political leverage, even if they're not fully in power. So that's a concern. There are also some other laws that are very popular.
They're in a variety of other areas.
So there are scenarios that are being discussed where Trump might ease sanctions, like you said, in exchange for North Korea freezing its nuclear program. How do you see the possibilities?
Well, I think if you look public opinion polls in either the United States or South Korea, the chances of North Korean denuclearization are almost zero. Maybe as a long-term objective, 30, 50, 100 years from now, but for the immediate future isn't going to happen. On the other hand, Kim has made it very clear that he's headed for 300 to 500 nuclear weapons. That's a disaster for Korean security. So a freeze of North Korean nuclear production is actually a good outcome. It's something we ought to be prepared to trade to accomplish. Not many people are saying that, but that's, I think, the reality. So we need to start thinking about what it is we're prepared to trade for that kind of outcome.
Right, and that could be the lifting of sanctions.
It could be lifting of sanctions, yes. And it could be a number of other things, too.
People is just super interesting.
World Skills has even created a symbol for this exchange. These are pins from different countries. Every country brings a pin, and you can trade them. You can only get one if you give one. I got a special pin from Taiwan that can light up. Hardly anyone has one like it. This year in Lyon, 60 different skills are being showcased. 1,400 participants from 70 countries compete under...
These views are absolutely gorgeous.
It's breathtaking.
How much would a place in paradise cost?
There's ocean everywhere.
Especially if it's right on the water.
I would love waking up to this in the morning.
I love the breeze blowing through my hair. It's just such a great feeling.
See for yourself what a modest budget can buy.
Oh gosh, our kids would love this.
You can see forever out in the ocean.
Get ready to Beachfront Bargain Hunt. Tuesdays on Travel Channel.
From the canvas of breathtaking mountains and strokes of lush green fields to the grandeur of majestic monuments into the palette of sumptuous moments. Reimagine the land of the rising sun through its vibrant shades. Japan in colors, tonight on Discovery Asia.
Fitbit Ionic wasn't quite as finished and polished as an Apple Watch, and it didn't produce as much data about you as a Garmin. It's sort of halfway house between the two, and I think it didn't carve out as much of a niche for itself as Fitbit was hoping.
The Ionic had all the smartwatch ambition, but lacked in execution. They quickly reiterated, and 8 months later, brought us Versa.
I think the Versa was really where the technology it acquired was put to good use and had more of the features that people were looking for.
We feel like sleep is extremely important. If you don't sleep, you're not going to perform well as an athlete. You're much more likely to get into a car accident. If you want to avoid metabolic disease, cold, you need sleep. And so that 5+ day battery life was probably one of the key technology innovations we actually brought to that larger form factor.
Having to